been living at Aunt March's house for quite some time when things started to get out of hand. 4 girls sharing a bedroom is never easy, and we all dreamed of having our own rooms again one day. But when Jo nearly fell off the sofa, her dream went a little too far.
Oh, our new house is so big and beautiful, and it reaches all the way to the sky. Just look at all of these steps. I feel like a queen. And this hall, it's absolutely tremendous. This is the most wonderful house anyone has ever seen. Look how it sparkles and glistens in the light. Oh, yes, Mother. Mother, will you please rent this house for us, Marmee? I knew you'd agree. I'm going to find my room. It's up there somewhere. There are so many steps, but I'm getting closer. Come on, don't stop, keep running. My room, there it is. Finally. Huh? Where's it going? Come back here. I know it's up there somewhere. Here I come. Whoa, I better hold on. This house is strange. Where did it go? It must be here. No, I see it. It's all the way up there. There it is, at the top of the stairs. Finally. My beautiful bedroom. Whee! Help me!
Jo, wake up. You're having a nightmare.
Oh, Meg.
You fell off the couch, Jo. Are you feeling all right?
Huh?
Did you hurt yourself? You took quite a spill.
Oh, my. I had an unbelievable dream.
Well, it's morning now, Jo, so you don't have to worry anymore.
It was incredible. The house was enormous. And as I kept running, my room got farther away. The stairway stretched on endlessly.
Oh, sounds like quite a house.
It was beautiful. Maybe today we'll find our house, Meg, and leave this cramped place forever.
Today? What in the world makes you think we'll find a house so soon?
It's because of my dream.
Huh? Oh. Well, it certainly is a beautiful day to find a house. Just look, so clear. The air is so wonderfully fresh, I can smell the flowers everywhere.
Today is our day.
If you're right, maybe the realtors finally found something. I hope so.
Mrs. March. Let me see. Here it is. Mrs. March has been here looking for homes on a number of occasions, you know.
Well, she hasn't been able to find one yet. How many places have you offered her?
7 or 8, actually. But she only really looked at 2 of them. She declined the others without seeing them because they didn't have what she was looking for.
She didn't even look at them?
Are you really that old?
I guess I am.
If that's true, Ben, did you know my papa when he was a kid my age?
Not at that time, Amy.
Grandma considered Father her favorite. When did you meet him?
Long time ago. Quite a while back. He was older than you, about the same age as your cousin David. That's about as close as the comparison gets between those 2. Oh, I remember your father all right.
Tell me, what was Papa like when he was a young man?
Your father was a very special person. He was always cheerful and kind to everyone. A good man. A man to trust.
My papa's great.
He certainly is. I remember how diplomatic he was regarding the inheritance of this house. Legally it was his, but in order to prevent a fight, he let your aunt have it.
I've missed Papa dearly ever since he left us to go fight the Confederate Army.
A terrible war.
He believes the South must put an end to slavery.
Ben! Ben!
Huh?
Come over here and take my horse and carriage.
Yes, sir. Coming, sir. Arrogant, impudent little popinjay.
Someone's at the door! Someone's at the door!
Dumb bird. I've come to see my Aunt March, Beth.
Aunt's in bed!
Aunt March is upstairs, but she's napping and cannot be disturbed.
Huh? Napping? Bah.
Napping! Napping! Stupid people!
Hush! You overly obnoxious feathered bag of wind.
And then the young child approached the house. That sounds about right. He must have come a long way from his home deep in the mysterious woods. That is better.
What are you writing this time, Joe? Can I have a look at it?
It's none of your business.
You mustn't be so secretive, cousin.
Give it back!
You and your family are up to something, and I know all about it.
I do not know what you're talking about.
I wasn't born yesterday. I've seen how you girls are doing everything possible to keep Aunt March happy.
What do you mean?
I am convinced your family is buttering her up.
Our family happens to love Aunt March.
Your family has absolutely no intention of ever leaving this house.
That's not true. We want our own house to live in.
You cannot fool someone like me, little girl. Why would your family want to rent their own house when they can always have this one for free?
I do not have to answer your pointed questions. You are an inconsiderate, uncaring person who would not think twice about my family's problems.
All of you girls are just like your stubborn father.
Thanks for the praise.
Well, what day is your family planning to move?
It is none of your affair.
Ah, just as I thought.
What are you babbling about?
You aren't fooling me for one instant, Josephine March. Your family does not seriously plan to find a house, and you can't deny it, can you?
What?
It's high time I had a talk with my aunt. Move out of my way!
Out of the way! Stupid!
I've had about all I can take of that bird. Ah!
Polly's done nothing wrong.
He's looked in the books and verified that Mrs. Mary March is in absolutely no hurry to move. Now,
It's Joe.
Enter.
Aunt March, I'm told you wanted to see me.
Yes, I do. David has been telling me some things about your family that have caused me a great deal of concern, my dear. Even though you're a child, I would like you to tell me if you believe he is speaking the truth.
every single thing I have said is the truth.
I am not a child. I'm 15 years old.
A somewhat brash 15. How you girls were brought up. Have a seat, my dear, please.
I really would rather stand up.
Oh, whatever you wish. David has been inquiring about town and informs me that the March family will be staying put. More precisely, he tells me that you refuse to even look for a house. That, my dear, must stop. Is David telling the truth that your family is only pretending to be looking for a house?
Oh, Aunt March, surely you do not believe him.
The realtor told David what happened.
The realtor? I don't believe it.
He said that whenever he offers to show your mother a house, she declines it without even bothering to look.
My mother has been to see a lot of houses, Aunt March.
Your mother has no intentions of moving. She set herself overwhelming conditions.
What kind of conditions? What is it you're saying?
The rent, the size.
Those are very important. There are 6 people in my family, David, not including my father. Marmee is trying to find a large enough house which we can also afford.
She has declined some very good homes just because the rent is a little too high, so she says.
That part is true. About the rent.
Oh, it is?
I am afraid David's story about the realtor is correct, regarding the rent anyway. My family cannot afford to spend a great deal of money on the rent. Tell me, what is wrong with that?
But your father certainly must have saved a large sum of money.
Unfortunately, he lost it all. Father invested in a factory which the Confederate Army destroyed. The soldiers ransacked everything.
I don't believe I heard that story.
We have had to live on Father's small army salary for quite some time now.
Oh, I'm certainly sorry to hear that.
Your family has a plan. You've all decided to stay here in the hope of one day inheriting all of my aunt's money.
How can you possibly say such a horrible thing?
Because I know it's true. That's why I can say it, little Miss March.
Excuse me, but I am leaving. I am not going to stay here and listen to him.
What did I tell you, Auntie? The March family has their mind set on stealing all of your money.
I'm not going to waste any more time here. I'm going out and look for a house myself.
How, may I ask?
Easy, by going out and looking for a vacancy sign.
You can't just walk around town. You need to be driven in a carriage.
Miss March, leave the driving to me.
Thanks, but I would much rather walk.
Take my carriage, Joe.
Oh, Aunt March, do you really mean it? Can I?
Just come back here before nightfall. Get Ben, he'll drive you to town.
But I can drive a horse and carriage myself. Ben probably has more important things to do anyway.
Very well, but be careful.
I'm much obliged. Bye.
Do you have anything else to say?
How in heaven's name will that girl ever find a house?
That's enough, David. I put much more faith in her words than in anything you might say. She's sincere. I believe those girls. I'm sure they want their own house as badly as you seem to want this house of mine.
But, Auntie, surely you do not think that I have any intention of...
I'll miss those girls. They've been very sweet.
You mustn't worry, Auntie. I'll be happy to come visit you every day.
What a dreadful idea. Thank you, but I will do very well without you constantly sticking your greedy nose in my affairs. I think your visit has caused far too much damage already, David. Please, be gone.
Joe! Wait for me! What about me, Joe? Come on, Joe, don't leave me here. I want to come too. Thanks, Joe. Let me come. It'll be fun.
I am not playing, Amy. I have to find a house.
But I want to go with you so we can both look for it. Please, I know I can help.
All right, I guess I could use the assistance. Give me your hand.
Thanks. Look. Can you imagine how great it would be to find our own house today?
Oh, no, not him again.
David's buggy's broken.
That's too bad for him. Yeah!
Hey! Hey!
But his wheel broke off.
Yeah!
Hey! Hey!
But Joe!
Sorry, we're too busy looking for a house.
Can't believe it. Passed me right by. Well.
Why did you ride right past him like that? David needed our help, Joe.
That man's not getting any help from us. That man was trying to convince Aunt March to kick all of us out of her house, Amy.
Why would he want to do that?
I really do not know why, Amy, but I have no trust in that despicable person.
Oh.
He has been telling her stories about us, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
And I always thought he was a nice fellow.
He's quite the opposite.
Apparently.
Forget about him, Amy. We have to start keeping our eyes open for vacant houses.
All right. How do you know which one is vacant?
You have to use your own good judgment.
All right, but my good judgment can't tell which one's empty and which one isn't.
That's probably because you are not concentrating on looking for certain things.
Well, then I'll try concentrating, but I don't think it'll help. Here goes nothing. This is really hard. What kinds of things should I be thinking about, Joe?
Look! That's it! That's the very house!
Huh?
Come on!
How do you know it's empty?
Because on such a beautiful day, all the shutters on the windows are closed.
Oh, now I know what kind of things you have to look for.
Come on, Amy, let's have a look. There's no one living here.
That's perfect. This could be our new house.
Come on, Amy, follow me. This way, Amy, follow me this way. I'm coming, Amy. Give me your hand.
Buster, stop!
You girls should know that this is no playground. Now get out of here before I tell your folks.
So much for concentrating.
Oh, Amy.
I almost got killed. I wish I'd never come on this stupid ride.
Shh. Don't make a sound.
Well?
This time I know I'm right. This place is empty, Amy.
But what if there's another horrible dog in there?
There's nothing inside. Come on.
You better be right.
This house is perfect. I hope we can afford to pay the rent. What do you think, sis?
I think it's a wonderful house if there are no dogs living inside.
Oh, no.
Who's that on our porch, dear? What can we do for you girls? Speak up, no reason to be shy.
Take a look at that house.
This time I am positive that house is empty for sure.
I bet you're right. Come on, let's go before someone else takes it first.
It reminds me of a dream I had. Try again.
Look, the door's open.
Just look at this mess. It's obvious that they never even finished building it.
Our family could work together and fix it up after we move in.
You're right. By the time we're through with it, it will be a palace. Uh-oh.
What is it?
There's no roof.
Oh.
We could fix it.
Can we go home now?
Mary,
Yes, ma'am?
I understand you're having a difficult time finding a house.
Yes, a most difficult time, and I must apologize for overstaying our welcome while we look. If my family is disturbing you, we will move out tomorrow.
Don't be silly. For the most part, your family never disturbs me.
We're looking all the time. I'm sure it won't be long before something suitable turns up.
All right, Mary. I'm in no hurry to move you out.
Oh?
Searching for the correct house is a lengthy process, Mary. Take your time.
Why, thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. You're very kind.
Now that this matter is settled, Joe won't have to keep house hunting quite so desperately anymore.
I'm sorry, Aunt Marge, but nothing is settled until we have our own place.
Young lady, you're very stubborn. You constantly remind me of your father.
The next day, Joe began to look for a house alone since I'd given up going out with her. One dog named Buster was quite enough for me, thank you. She walked and walked and always came home exhausted. But that didn't spoil her determination to find us a home.
How much farther do I have to walk before I get there?
It's just a short distance up the road.
She kept at it for 3 days, concentrating as hard as she could, until one afternoon she got caught in a downpour.
Josephine March, is that you?
Anthony, what in the world are you doing here?
Same thing you are, staying dry. I was going to my job right down the street when it started.
I have come here to look for a house.
What's wrong, Joe? Can you tell me what's going on?
No, it's just that we've been living in my aunt's house for far too long now, Anthony. And it's high time we had a house of our own.
I know of a house for rent.
Is it big enough for us? Can we go see it?
Yes, it's quite a good-sized home. And, if I recall correctly, it's not far from here at all.
Oh, Anthony, you must take me there at once. Come on.
Hold on. It's raining.
Huh? Oh. I forgot. We'll go as soon as it clears up. Oh, I can't wait to see it. What does it look like? Describe it for me in detail.
Well, it is a strange house. It has a big window.
Oh, my gosh! Anthony!
Joe and Anthony remained close to the tree as a sudden storm thundered around them. For a moment, anyway, Joe's mind was not on the strange and